Hey everyone, welcome back. Hope you're having a fantastic day so far. So at a Senate Finance Committee hearing, Senator Bernie Sanders questioned Trump's nominee to become the next Social Security Commissioner, and he also talked about his ideas of a $200 per month increase and whether or not the new commissioner would agree with those certain plans. But before we go ahead and dive into for today, if you would like to receive up to $200 in free stock or $200 in free cash, in a pinned comment below, I will be leaving a link to Robinhood. All you have to do is once you click on that link is just sign up for a free account and then simply link your bank account. You do not even have to make an opening deposit. At that point in time, Robinhood will be sending you one free stock worth all the way up to $200. And if you'd rather just have the cash, all you have to do is once you receive the free stock is just sell it for what it's worth and then transfer the cash value right back to your bank account. Okay, so Trump and Elon Musk have made some different statements about the amount of Social Security fraud taking place. Trump said that there's, thousands of beneficiaries of Social Security who are over the age of 100, 150, 200, still receiving a check in the mail. And we have Bernie Sanders sitting down at this Senate Finance Committee hearing, questioning Trump's pick to become the next commissioner of Social Security, questioning him about things that Trump is saying, and also his ideas about Social Security and whether or not he plans to work with Bernie Sanders on pushing those proposals, which of course would include an increase of $2,400 per year for all beneficiaries of Social Security across the board. So let's go ahead and watch this clip, and then we're going to come back to talk about it.
Mr. Biscagnano, in your opening remarks, you mentioned that last year the Inspector General reported that the error rate in Social Security was less than 1%, and it was an error rate that you wanted to improve upon. Am I right?
Yes.
Okay. But in his State of the Union address, listened to by millions and millions of Americans, President Trump suggested that, quote, millions and millions, end of quote, of Social Security checks are going out to people who are between the ages of 140 and 360 years old. Millions and millions of checks. You've just acknowledged what is true, is that the error rate in Social Security is less than 1%, 99 point whatever of the people who get their checks paid into the system and deserve those checks. So what I want to ask you is, do you think that President Trump was just expressing an outrageous lie, which I happen to believe, trying to undermine Social Security, or was he just grossly uninformed about the reality?
I think what the president was representing, which further was represented again and proven to be accurate, is that there were millions of Social Security records that did not have people deceased.
Let's not play with words. What you have just acknowledged is that in 2024, the Social Security Administration paid out over 99 point whatever percent of people eligible. The error rate was less than 1%. Millions and millions and millions of people, 200 or 300 years of age, did not get checks. Is that true?
What I represented was that a 1% error rate in a mission-critical function like Social Security is way too high.
I agree with you.
That,
excuse me, I don't have much time. Sorry. President said millions and millions of people. You're saying, and you're right, less than 1%. You want to improve it? You're right. Let's do it. President was lying. And what he was trying to do was undermine the foundations of Social Security by saying the system is out of control. All right, my next question is, Senator Daines made a good point. You call up Social Security today, it's a disaster. Why, if right now it is hard for people to get through in Vermont and all over this country, why do you think the Social Security Administration is now closing down offices and laying off 7,000 employees? And we have heard from Mr. Dudek that he wants to cut up to half of Social Security's workforce. When the department is now understaffed, people can't get through. Do you think it makes sense to lay off half the staff?
First and foremost, I'm not there, sir.
Just answer the question, please. Do you think it makes sense? I know you're not there. Do you think it makes sense to lay off half of the staff when right now it is at a 50-year low in terms of staffing?
Well, I don't know where Mr. Dudek gets his information from, and I don't communicate with Mr. Dudek.
I'll just ask you, I mean, I think what Mr. Senator Dane said was right. Tough to get through right now. I think common sense would suggest that when it's bad now, you don't lay off half your staff. Would you agree with me?
I believe that we can drive efficiency for the rest of our life.
Right.
I also understand that it takes 20-plus minutes to answer the phone.
On a good day.
Right. Well, that's the average published, right? It's not how I would report the numbers because I think.
All right, but all that I'm asking, when you have a system that is not working now, do you think it's a great idea to lay off half of the employees?
I don't know if, do I think it's a great idea to lay off half of the employees when a system doesn't work? I think the answer is probably no.
Okay. I now want to ask you another question, more philosophical, if you like. I understand, correct me if I'm wrong, and you made $100 million recently in compensation in a given year? All right, my question is not to deal with that per se, but right now, we have 22% of seniors are trying to survive on less than $15,000 a year. A lot of people, older people, living in desperation in America. Some of us want to expand Social Security benefits because we think people should not be living on $15,000 a year. We're concerned about the solvency of Social Security. We want to extend it beyond where it is right now. Do you agree with me that it does not make sense to somebody like yourself who makes $100 million a year in compensation to be paying the same amount into Social Security as somebody who makes $176,000? Or would you work with me to raise that cap so more money can come into the system?
I know there's an actuarial function in the area. I know it's analytics. I'm a fact-based, rule-based person. I'm happy to study anything and work side by side with you, sir.
All right, all that I ask in general right now, the system is stressed financially.
I'm sorry?
The system is stressed now financially. We want to increase the solvency and increase the benefits. Is it a good idea to remove the cap, which is now at, I think, $174,000, so that wealthy people contribute more into the system?
I don't think that's the commissioner's job at all, sir. I think the commissioner's job is to run the agency right. I'm happy to provide all the information you want, and I'm happy to be a partner in solving every problem.
Okay, thank you very much.
Okay, so leave your thoughts and comments below. Do you believe with Bernie Sanders' proposal there to tax those earning above $250,000 per year in order to make sure that the trust fund for Social Security stays solvent for the next 75 years? Now, not only would it stay solvent for the next 75 years, also in his plan, he would include an increase of across the board $200 per month or $2,400 per year that is in his Social Security Expansion Act that he just re-released this year in 2025. So as you can see up there on the screen, the Social Security Expansion Act would expand Social Security benefits by $2,400 a year and ensure that Social Security is fully funded for the next 75 years by applying the Social Security payroll tax on all income above $250,000. Importantly, this legislation would not raise taxes by 1 penny on the over 91% of American households who make $250,000 or less. Now you can see also up on the screen the bill. Right now it does have 10 co-sponsors in the Senate. Now importantly, for any bill to pass in the Senate, it would need at least 60 votes out of the 100 senators, so it would need 60% yes votes out of the total 100. Now also importantly, in the Senate right now Republicans do have the majority. As you can see up there, right now all co-sponsors happen to be Democrats, so we don't have any Republicans on board with this idea, mostly because Republicans are very much anti-tax. So because this bill does have a pretty significant tax raise of anywhere between 6.2 to 12.4% on anyone earning above $250,000 per year, Republicans are against that idea. But with that said, leave your thoughts and comments below. Are you in favor of this bill, of the Social Security Expansion Act? Is it a bill you would like to see passed? Is there anything you would like to see added to it? Leave your thoughts and comments below. But that's all we have for today's video, and I will see you in the next one.